baby girl. See. What are you doing? Oh, you're in. Oh, you got your sunnies on. I got to go tomorrow and buy some new ones. But yeah. Oh God, let's turn that off. If you want to put those sunnies on, I can put my sunnies on as well, man.
Wagwan farm on Wagwan. I'm not gonna lie, I'm looking very dark, and maybe it's just because I'm wearing sunnies and I look like an absolute degenerate, but I'm looking very tanned.
Where?
Very tanned.
In the video?
No, just checking
right
myself
now.
out.
Yeah, it's because you got sunnies on and you're black.
Yeah, well, yeah, I guess that does add to it a little bit.
That's like me saying I look white.
Well, you are pretty.
When I'm not wearing sunnies.
Well, I mean, considering that we went to the beach, you're fairly pasty right now.
Well, no, my skin's very like lighting affected. Like it's so weird. Like I look white.
No, boss.
No. But if I put like a black t-shirt on and I go out, yeah, I look orange.
You sound like a Gymshark athlete, boss. Come on.
What do Gymshark athletes do? Are they big onto the fake tan?
No,
dudes wearing fake tan. Is that okay? I think unless you're in a bodybuilding show, no.
Well, did you say dude wearing fake tan? You know
dudes
what?
wearing fake tan.
I can understand because I think being tanned is good. You know, we're blessed. It's not an issue for us.
See, I had this conversation the other day. Like,
it's not an issue.
I don't think I think being tan is real overrated. Oh, no, you had the same comeback. I said this to you. I said this to you. You had the same comeback, didn't you?
I don't remember. I'm just going to say it's not, though.
Yeah, no, you're saying it's easy for us to say as well. But I do genuinely think, I think some pasty people are good looking.
Yeah, again, I think there's two. It's twofold. One, the look. I think aesthetically, people look better with a bit more color, a bit more tan. That's just my preference, you know. That's just my personal preference, men or women. Mainly women, because I like women. So that is very much my preference. But
yeah,
two,
I think all women. Two is what you meant to say.
But two,
this is fucked.
There's only two options, right? You either get tanned or you get sunburnt. And I would rather get tanned than sunburnt.
But why can't you just be like what? Like why can't you just be pasty? What's wrong with slip, slop, slap and being pasty?
Boss, it's just no one wants to look like Casper the Friendly Ghost. No one wants to look like a sheet of A4 piece of paper. No one wants to look like a white wall in a psychiatric ward, mate. You don't want to look like that.
You know what I think it is? I think extremities are unattractive. Like, think about it. In like dark countries, they see being lighter skin as better looking. And in white countries, they see being more orange skin as better looking. I think that's never like, no one likes something too extreme. Like, you ever met a religious person who's super religious? You're like, whoa, like a little bit of religion shows culture, you know? Like, you meet someone who's like into their religion, you're like, oh, they're well raised, but they're like, no, like you will die if you suck a dick and you're a dude, or you like,
Jesus,
you know, lick a vagina and you're a woman, like you will die. You're like, whoa. You know, like I think extremities, I think is people want to avoid the extremities.
That is actually, I think that's just like a good thing in life. Like if you're too extreme, it's just like it's a bit odd. Like even if imagine you go to the gym, like you're a bodybuilder.
These are skinny. My skinnies are really skinny.
Think about like a bodybuilder, like Phil Heath, Jay Cutler, all those guys. You're like, bit too much. Dude,
even the physique dudes these days, like when we were in high school, the physique guys looked good, and then like the same guys kept doing it and just kept getting bigger and bigger. Like that Sadiq guy, he's massive now. He looks terrible now. He looked like a dome when we were in high school. Now, you know, 6 years on, he looks like a mess, that guy.
Yeah, that like Bumstead, like Chris Bumstead's probably at like the peak of it. If he got any bigger, you'd be like, bit too much, boss. But he's like at a even he's a bit
Jeremy
too
Buendia. Jeremy Buendia is way too big, dude.
Yeah, you get too big. I remember that they weren't the guys who like the guys were like Ziz, David Lade. I don't know.
David Lade's still the guy. He's younger than us.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. Talk about aesthetics. That guy to go. But then again, like you mentioned earlier, without the lighting, without the fake tan, it hits different. It doesn't hit. It doesn't hit for him. It doesn't hit for him.
Ziz will fake tan? I don't think so.
Oh my God, 100%. He lived in fake tan. He bathes in fake tan.
Whoa, I did not know that.
He bathed in fake tan. And this is the guy. I'm pretty sure, didn't the guy, no, he died in a sauna, didn't he?
Something like that. Yeah.
But if you're, look, the guy's definitely got into tanning beds. He definitely did Milano tan. I think it's all about the tan. It is ironic how you mentioned it though. Like in third world countries, you want to be whiter because it's more affluent because you're not working in the sun, you're not out in the farms.
Yeah.
But then if you're in a first world country, you want to look a bit darker because you have access to like the beach, the ocean. Think about all
Yeah,
the rich man activities involve going outside. Realistically, golf, tennis, yachts, jet skis. You're outside.
Yeah, but what you think that's because they're chasing tans?
No, but I'm saying like if you're
A tan is seen as healthy. A tan is seen as healthy.
like if you're in a third world country, it's like you're trying to avoid being outside because being outside usually means you're doing laboring, farming,
That's true.
all that type of stuff.
Well, it's like why being fat in the olden days was good. Now, if you're fat, it's just like, yeah.
Oh, come on, boss. Don't say that. Haven't you seen all the new body positivity campaigns? It's all about enjoying what you look like.
Look, mate.
Oh, no.
Look, I'm for the positive. I don't like to fat shame, but I'll tell you what is going to be big. It's going to be the war that takes place in a few days. It's the only time I'll fat shame, and I will call this fact. This is going to be wide in the hips. But this World War III thing's kicking off. That's what I really want to talk about.
It's a bit mad. It is.
I'm getting kind of concerned. I will say this now. I'm not prepared to die for Ukrainian people.
Hey, look.
I may die for Australian people. I may die for English people, and I may die for Chinese people. But it looks like China probably won't be on that team. So I would maybe risk a bruise for like in one of those South American countries I lived in, but I'm not risking my life for Ukraine.
Hey, look, the Ukraine.
I got to be real, and I feel like I think the problem is too many people think that way, and I think Ukraine's just getting taken, dude.
I think Ukraine.
I think Ukraine's just getting taken.
I don't know many Ukrainian people. I don't really know any Ukrainian people just in like life, like even celebrities, like who, like Michaelenko from Everton.
Zinchenko's the only guy I know.
Zinchenko, Michaelenko, the other left back.
Yeah,
whatever. Those two. Those are all I know.
It's pretty
Shevchenko,
crazy.
maybe, I don't know.
It's pretty crazy, dude. My thing is like, and now, dude, it's crazy. Like Shakhtar Donetsk, where their team is from, like the biggest team in Ukraine, the UCL team.
Yes.
That area of Russia has just been declared like neutral, or I think Putin's basically like it's not part of Ukraine anymore. So he's already just taken that. My thing is like, could we really like? I don't think a World War III is going to happen because like I don't think people care. Like I honestly don't think. Do you think Boris Johnson getting up there and being like, England, we're going to war for Ukraine? I reckon everyone who got conscripted would just be like, no. Like I get like what, like if you got conscripted in World War II because of the Nazis, they'd be like, dude, these guys in Germany, they're killing anyone who's Jewish, they're killing anyone who's French, they're killing anyone who's basically not German, and they're coming for you. I'd be like, yeah, either they're coming to me or I'm going to them. Either way, I'm gonna fight them. I don't think Russia's coming for Australia. I don't mean to jinx it, but I don't think Russia's even coming for the UK.
Yeah, I think it's just like, just no offense.
As much as I hope the Ukraine are good.
Look, no offense to Ukraine.
I wish them the best.
Look, no offense to Ukraine, but Ukraine, like, what do you?
That's the problem. It's not going to galvanize people to go.
But it's like again, I'm not trying to make offense, but this is just like a very political, like macro way to look at it. It's like, what are you offering Ukraine? What are you offering?
That's the thing. I think if they would have to threaten, like, let's get the geography up.
Like what's their GDP saying? Like Ukraine, what's your GDP? Look, much. Ukraine, everyone knows Ukraine. And like again, great flag, blue, yellow.
I think they got some good beaches near the Black Sea.
They're right on the coast.
Lovely people, great place to travel. Lovely people,
beautiful women and men, obviously, but again, I'm more of the
more
women.
More so on the women.
I'm more of the women's side again. Dude, big population. 40. It's more than Australia. 44
That's
million.
A shame. 44 million people going to get. A lot of them are going to get got, which is a shame because cool people, But
I wonder
if I don't even think much bloodshed will happen. I'd hope.
But why though? I think no one's.
Oh, it's clear why Russia are taking it.
But why?
Because they were part of the Soviet Union. Russia, like Vladimir Putin. This is actually the one
But
thing.
why now?
Because they can now. They've been, dude. Vladimir Putin's whole life, the guy. I think the one thing I would say about Putin is like, although he's probably not a great guy. I mean, we know that he's a murderer, basically. Apparently, he's very committed. Like he has had a vision where he believes that the Soviet Union belongs as one. Like he truly believes. Like this isn't like it's like Che Guevara. Like Che Guevara was a terrible guy, a murderer, but he truly believed in communism. And there's a part of that like you have to be like, oh, you kind of respect it. Like Vladimir Putin truly just wants I'm pretty sure, just wants the Soviet Union back together. Now, if the Soviet countries don't want that, then he should respect it. He's not going to. But that's why he dreams and wants Russia to be as one again. And so that's why now it's just got the opportunity. I think the main problem comes if he gets Ukraine, like is Moldova next, Poland next?
That's what I mean. Like
every war, it's so unfair.
Ukraine's got like I mentioned, 44 million people. What's their GDP? 155 billion US dollars. This is not a kiddies country he's dealing with. This is one of the, if anything, these are one of the bigger dogs within the Soviet Union.
Yeah, but I mean, he's already like nixed stuff with them before. He just took Crimea. He's already taken Shakhtar Donetsk. You know, he's already taken another place. Like, I mean, yes, it's not a kiddies country, but it's nothing compared to Russia.
Yeah, no, of course, definitely not. Russia's just built different. And
what do you think's going to happen, dude? Because, dude, Putin's basically been putting troops on the borders saying it's for protection or peace, which is just like the man doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't even think of a
like honestly, if
he's got the Prince Andrew excuse.
If shit actually goes down, I think things happen. Like people move.
You reckon
bodies are moving from other nations? So
you think Germany and
bodies
Italy go in?
Bodies are moving. 100% bodies are moving. But
why can't they just negotiate peacefully? Like you get Ukraine, but you can only do this and.
No, I think that's what they're trying to do. But look, if Russia goes all in and
if Ukraine agreed to
if they got King Ace in their hand and like, look, it's not the best. It's probably the second best hand right now. We're going all in. Look, test us right now. Test our bluff. And look, I think.
But do you think if they go all in, just go, we're taking Ukraine, bet boys, like it's going in, like. You don't think the other countries will just let them do it? No, like you think the other countries will go in?
Bodies will go in. Bodies will start moving. They have to, or else it would be game over for, like you said, every other country, exactly. Moldova, Macedonia, they all get murked.
And you can't be like, get murked. You can take Ukraine and that's it, because then they're going to be like, oh well, yes, I agree. And 6 months later, when Moldova has an economic crisis, they'll be like, oh, we'll take that as well. And then Romania, and then Bulgaria. So yeah, I guess so. Seems kind of crazy though, but I guess all world wars start in stupid ways. Like World War I was some like retarded, like that was like some chain of like. I think World War II was like I understand. I'm like that's pretty fair, but like this one is gonna be a chain of events. I'm really worried though. I hope Russia don't do it because we don't really need a World War III again right now. Not in the Champions League knockout stages.
Champions League knockout stages. We're coming off COVID. People want to move around, travel. It's like we just don't need this right now.
People got their Europe tricks booked. They don't want to have to cancel.
Come on, Russia mate. I want to get to Europe in the summer. I don't want to worry about getting murked by Putin in like Croatia.
You know what the maddest thing is? Russia hosts the Champions League final this year.
Oh my God, boss! And he's going to dispute that. They're going to have.
What happens if City get in and Zinchenko's playing? What the fuck happens then?
He can't play, boss. He can't play.
Dude, I don't know.
Zinchenko's definitely not playing.
Because it really seems like they're going in for Ukraine. Like I would only ask this question: why would Russia not go in for Ukraine? Like, what is the point of them to stir all this shit to not go in? They're definitely going in. This is what they did with Crimea. They stirred some shit and went, yeah, we will take it. Like they're gonna take it.
Dude, it's Ukraine.
Could Ukraine pull off an upset?
Ukraine is a massive. Like I think because no one talks about Ukraine a lot, but the magnitude of Ukraine is quite significant.
But I don't think it's like geographically got many natural barriers. Like I think if Russia want to, they're just running all over it.
Oh, it'll get pounded very easily. Very easily, it gets pounded. But the thing is that that's most of the other countries within the Soviet Union area. Russia could pound all those countries very quickly. And that's why I think if Ukraine is like the initiator, it's the gateway drug. Because once they realize, like, oh mate, we got Ukraine, geez, those kiddies, they're gonna take over everyone. Then you get Slovenia. Well, Doncic, game over for you, mate. Croatia, game over for you.
I almost feel like
Georgia, game over.
as much as I don't want a war right now, it almost feels inevitable. Like we're either going to go to war now, or in 2 years, or in 6 months, or in 5 years. Like we can give him Ukraine, and then we can give him Belarus.
There'll be definitely a big civil war with like within the next 2-3 year period.
Do you reckon?
I think it's the deployment of the troops from other nations is what's going to be interesting.
Yeah, because again, I think it's a hard sell for Boris Johnson to tell guys in, Brighton that they got to go and fight some Russians in Ukraine. It's like, what do they know about Ukraine?
Oh, so you have a British passport, mate?
No, I'm not. No, dude, I'm renouncing that shit.
You know what?
Dude, after Brexit and I lost my right to go and live in France without a visa, I'm not fighting in there, army.
I think this is my theory, especially for the UK citizens. If you claim it's coming home in the next World Cup, you have to.
That
fight.
is pretty fair. That's pretty fair.
If you're claiming it's coming home,
it was coming home during the Euros, you have to go.
You
fight.
have to fight. You're claiming it's coming home. You're a UK citizen at that point. If you're like Scottish or something, and you're like, oh, I don't really care about England. Fair enough. That's fair.
No, Scotland has to go too. They're part of the Great Britain.
If you're, you're shagged as well. I didn't even think about it. You're shagged. I think a lot of countries are shagged. But yeah, if you said it's coming home,
like Denmark are going.
What the Nordic?
If I was living in Denmark, guys in Denmark can be like, "No, our girls are too hot to leave to go to war." No,
I don't think any like. I think it's just the big players would go in. The
problem is if
the big players go,
we have to go. I honestly think great opportunity.
Don't say we. I'm not going anywhere.
No. Australia, dude. Our prime minister's doing a lot of talking. I'm not liking it.
Oh,
he's doing a lot of talking.
Yeah,
he's getting us involved. I'm not happy about it.
Dude, I saw the news today. It's like, oh yeah, seizing trade opportunities, banks, international travel bans. I'm like,
he's calling out Vladimir Putin. Like Vladimir Putin would beat the fuck out of him. Like, dude, get us out of there. Dude, and he was being a smart ass. He was saying, China, are you with us? And I was like, brother, we don't need we're not trying to get double teamed here.
Dude, like ScoMo's like trying to act like the guy at the nightclub. He's like trying to back like you can just walk away from the fight. We're not even involved. 100%. We're walking away, and he's like, you know what? I'm going to pick up a chair and I'm going to initiate it even more.
100%.
We do not need that, ScoMo.
We don't need that. We do not
need that at all. We're a country we're so laid back, and we have really zero cares about
We just
anything.
involve ourselves in everything.
We don't care about anything. We just relax.
So France will go in, Switzerland won't because they're smart. Fuck.
Germany's a big one.
Bro, that's wild. Do you realize like in 6 months' time we could be in Ukraine fighting?
No. I don't think it gets. I don't think it would ever get to the point of conscription, at least in Australia.
Bro, but that's what I'm saying. Never. If there is a war that breaks out, we're going.
Bro, I'm not getting to my 30s and going to war, boss. That is just not the age.
No. Like, if there is a war that happens, if they start the war in the next 2 weeks, if Russia do go in and take Ukraine and people go in, if England goes in and Great Britain goes in and Australia goes in and it gets big, we're going. We're getting conscripted.
Going, boss.
If there is a war, we're going,
I am not going, boss. I am not going, and unfortunately,
if I get conscripted, I'm not going. I'm not going if I get conscripted. But I'm just saying, we'll get conscripted.
I'm not getting conscripted, boss. And if we are, unfortunately, I'm going to be in the room. I'm going to be in the control panel because I'm an engineer. I'm going to be in the control panel.
I'll be in an internment camp because I'm half Chinese. So
I think you're in a really tricky situation, boss.
Yeah. I'm all right. With the internment camp will be hard because I won't speak Chinese. So,
and plus you're British, though, so it's just really.
If I go to internment camp, I'll die. Maybe my best shot is to go to war.
Maybe
I go to. I don't know, man. I think I just. You know what I do?
What?
I land in Europe and I take one of those boats from the bottom of Italy to Africa.
Is that the play now?
No.
We're gonna act
How
like
can I get to South
refugees and go to Africa.
No, you know what I do?
How
On
the
the stop
tables
off
have
to
turned.
Europe in America, I get to Mexico and I go down through Guatemala and Nicaragua and I get down to Chile. That's what
Actually,
I'll
we
do.
didn't even talk about them, dude. If America gets involved, I think then that's when
They are, dude. Joe Biden's talking way too much shit, but he
bro, people
hasn't
are
sent
talking
troops though.
crazy. They gotta
If he, yeah, dude, these world leaders do need to stop talking crazy. Like as if like Vladimir Putin hasn't spent his entire life planning this.
yeah, you're right.
My
Like,
question.
this is his whole this is his like life mission. And he's getting
It's
on in
literally his
he's
life
getting on in
mission is to
age.
unite it.
He's getting on in age. It's like this is my time to go.
He's like the general manager in the NBA team who like knows he's gonna get fired if they don't make the playoffs. So he's ready to throw all the draft picks in to get a superstar.
Dude, he's Daryl Morey. He's like, sorry, Rockets, I just blew up your team and your team's shit now. And I'm just gonna move on with my life.
100%. If you're a Chelsea fan, do you have to fight for Russia?
Again, like yeah, if you've got oligarchs as your owners, I think again you have to put your hand up.
Roman Abramovich is probably bankrolling Putin right now. Like, you know,
100%. Reece James, put your hand up. So
yeah, Reece James has to go fight for Russia. I'm
so
sorry,
you just
fellas.
came off of injury? No, you got to now fight for Russia, mate. It's in
Mason
your
Mount.
contract.
You know, will my dad be happy you won't be in the England team for the World Cup? But yes. The reason probably not great, but you're gonna be away fighting for the Russians.
Hey Lukaku, you know you have $100 million contract. There's a clause in there. You fight for Russia.
I think Lukaku would rather fight for Russia than play out his career at Chelsea. He's not having a good time.
That is a smart play. But no, boss, I am not going to war.
So that's your decision, but it won't be your choice to.
My final decision. I am not going to war. What are they going to do?
That's what I'm saying.
Is it Muhammad Ali style? Do I go Muhammad Ali style and I go to jail? Yeah. Okay, cool. Sick, bro. I'll go to jail.
But that's what I'm saying. During the other world wars that were like actually like people went there because they wanted to out of pride. No one's going to defend Ukraine out of pride. That's why Ukraine's got a problem.
Definitely not. And again, I don't.
If I'm in an election year and I'm a prime minister of a European country, I'm not sending my troops to Ukraine. I'm gonna lose the election.
Yeah, I think, especially Australia, I think it's just look. I don't know what the Ukraine demographic is in Australia, but I'm gonna make a wild guess and say it's not that much. And I love Ukraine, like I said, the women.
You have a lot of Russians
and the men, very beautiful, especially the women. But I unfortunately I am not putting myself through war, and considering that they caused Chernobyl. That's one too many mistakes already.
That is true.
Chernobyl was a tough one to cop for the world. That was a tough one.
But I don't think they give a fuck.
Yeah, but they ruined the ability for people. They ruined the confidence in other countries to do nuclear energy, which everyone knows is a lot more efficient.
True. I did not know that. But okay, if you're a betting man, which you are, so do you think there will be a proper invasion of Ukraine?
100%.
And if so, how much of Ukraine are Russia getting? 100%? 50%?
What do you mean?
Like, are they only going to be able to get half? Are they only going to be able to get Shakhtar Donetsk?
Of Ukraine.
Are they capturing, what's it, Kiev?
Kiev? Yeah, Kiev.
Are they capturing Chicken Kiev?
Well, I wonder where that where it came from. Interesting.
Probably.
Interesting.
Do you think China makes any sneak moves whilst this is going on? Do you see a China overthrow of Hong Kong on the cards? Taiwan, maybe.
No, because then it trickles into us again.
See, that's what I'm worried about.
I don't want
not really
it to
worried
trickle
about
into
the Europe
us.
shit. I'm worried about the Asia fight.
But you are right. It like Taipei, have fun, mate. You're in a world of shit right now as well. If you're all these countries that are like territories or sovereign states and stuff, you'd be sweating
around China. Dude, China's so
sweating.
Big. Dude, China's so big. Dude, it could mock everyone. India. Dude, you know the craziest part is China and Russia are so close. They could form like a superstar duo.
Like, dude, I've just typed in all these. I've just typed in the Shakhtar Donetsk team. There's 7 Russian. No, 7. There's Jesus Christ. There's 7, 8, 10. There's 12 Russian players just chilling in Shakhtar. What are they doing?
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
Just 12 Brazilians, just like, oh well, I thought I was gonna
12
get.
Brazilians there for the money, and they're like, this is not what I signed up
Yeah, this is
for.
not what I signed up for as well when I left Brazil.
I think one thing that has to be stated is there are lots of Ukrainians who do like Russia. I
Well,
just don't know if that's a lot of Ukraine.
no, you're very right. Like not even Ukraine exclusively. A lot of the Soviet Union
Yeah.
countries are like it's still very much mixed between, sort of if they want to be back, want to go back to Russia, if they want to stay independent. Like you mentioned, like the reason why Ukraine is very vulnerable, it's economically they're getting bent over,
Are they?
and I think economically, well, that's why it's a perfect opportunity for them to come in and try and shift the narrative in Ukraine and be like, look, we can like, if you just join us or whatever, it's like we can increase the standard of living in the Ukraine. Like the Ukraine is definitely not like I don't. It's the Ukraine a first world country? I don't even think you can classify it as a first world country.
It's not great, but I think it's okay. I mean, they're pretty cheap on Hostel World, so I don't think it's great. Like that's usually an indication that
It's
standard of
definitely
living isn't
not.
that
Yeah,
high.
yeah. If hostel, you know what? That's a very good point, David. Hostel world is a good
Hostel World,
indication.
yeah, it
Very
is.
good indication.
But they're not that many. The army presence isn't that strong. It's like looks like they got maybe 100 guys on like some borders.
You were talking about Russia,
Yeah, it's like
dude.
they got like 20 planes
But
there, 20 planes there.
literally
Oh, they got a
half.
lot of tanks there.
According to this, half of the population is categorized as poverty.
Oh,
Like 45%. Before COVID, it was 31.2%.
makes sense that Russia going now.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Especially geez, child poverty. That's what like when you type in Ukraine and poverty, there's too many articles that come up. Again, bad sign.
That's
But
true.
But look, we are making some jokes, funny games, but like to be frank, this is definitely terrible for Ukraine. I think.
Oh, it's bad. Yeah.
And I think it's definitely not a good indication of where the world could be heading within the next 10 to 15 years.
That's what I was thinking. Because part of me was like, oh, why don't we just fucking give him Ukraine and just fucking like a bloodless, like just have it, like whatever. No one dies. But it's like, no, like if Russia are making these money moves, look, maybe there's a chance that they're only taking Ukraine and that's it. But like it seems to be in our lifetime, we're all gonna have to deal with this shit. Like
There's
North
gonna be a bit
Korea,
of madness.
China,
There's
Russia,
gonna be
this shit is gonna have to get dealt with.
yeah. I think look,
And I have not much confidence we're gonna be on the winning team.
I think I think it's just do we make a move? I think I don't know. Could be
Even like South America is not like
yeah. I
clean.
think every
Because
continent.
Venezuela has like Russia in it.
Yeah, I was gonna say a lot of continents are pretty trash.
Dude, I don't like why these people can't just live life. You know, like why are they gonna make life like Endgame? Like
Yeah,
everyone's just grinding, trying to enjoy their best life, and like these like by making a world war, like we're basically just fucking all that.
Yeah, why is world domination so trendy? Like, why can't we
Yeah,
just
world domination's like I don't know. That's true. Like,
overrated?
what's so good about world domination?
like again? That's what I'm saying. What does Russia get from Ukraine?
Like the standard of living in Denmark is better than in America, and America dominate the world.
Yeah.
Would
But
you
then
rather be Denmark or America?
Well, I wouldn't rather be Denmark because high taxes, very very high taxes, very high taxes.
All right.
And I do like the Bunsen. I do like a bit of Muns.
All right.
How else can I afford sunglasses, mate? That make me look like an absolute seedy man.
Pervert.
Exactly.
Do you
But a
think
humble pervert.
Putin's a
nonetheless.
pervert? I reckon Putin's probably definitely.
Well, gets after.
Yeah, I reckon Putin gets on it.
I would not be surprised that that man's numbers are in the high four figures.
Oh, you reckon?
Yeah, this guy would probably be putting up Wilt Chamberlain numbers.
Does he have a wife or anything?
I think he just has many wives. I'm going to assume he's got many wives. But then even if he has a wife, does that really matter?
He's got a wife.
Putin?
Oh, she passed away. Well, that's unfortunate. Oh, sucks for him. Sorry, Vladimir. Oh, maybe they just broke up. In which case, it's all good. How many times has he been married? Whoa. He's just married once, loyal man.
I like that
Um,
about him. I like that.
speaks German, so when he's governor of Germany or what is it? They call it Chancellor of Germany. Oh my god, dude, we're fucked. Why when I type Vladimir Putin, Scott Morrison's name pops up?
No, boss.
Bro,
That's not
man's
what
chatting shit. Man's talking. He's writing checks we can't cash.
But like, why? Why? See, like you didn't even let people into the country for like over a year, and now you're like, okay, you're back into the country. Now fight,
Hmm.
fight for us.
Whoa, dude, not gonna lie. Putin's 36-year-old daughter.
Be careful, boss. Be careful.
Yeah, dude.
Boss.
Actually, you got to be careful saying that.
But will I look at what she looks like? Nonetheless, potentially is what I am doing right now. Dude, what does come with Korean?
I don't know.
I don't know, boss. I don't know. I'm not.
Like, Putin is just like the man to be the villain, isn't he? He just looks like a fucking scary cunt.
Yeah, he had a very serious tone about him. He doesn't mean business. Oh, so he only means business.
So I guess to wrap up this war chat, you think yes, there will be an invasion?
Look, based on my knowledge as sort of one of the key figures in the war, crime, political unrest space as a mid-20s-year-old Australian, I am going to put a very educated guess and assume that prior to my 30th birthday, there will be war.
What?
Somewhere.
Oh, I meant like in the next 4 weeks, dude.
4 weeks? Nah. I think it'll be a slow burner.
You reckon they're just going to sit outside Ukraine for a while?
I think it's a slow burner. It's a very slow burner. Because then once that happens, then it like you said, opens a can of words. China, Hong Kong, China, Taipei,
Oh, fuck.
North Korea, South Korea. You think,
Dude, what's the point of like all this
think,
shit if it's just we're just going to get sent to war when we're 30?
Do you think Kim Jong Un's ego is going to sit there and be like, oh, geez, they're doing all this big boy stuff? Let me do some big boy stuff.
That's true.
Mate, nukes on South Korea. Have fun with that.
But what do you think the plan is from
again.
Russia then? Just to sit outside Ukraine for ages and just make life difficult for themselves? Because the sanctions aren't going to be easy on them.
I think they try and they try and like hold out and do it in a way where there's minimal violence, but Ukraine give up. Like a guy asking a girl out on a date for so long where the girl goes, all right, I give you a chance then. Probably not the most suitable analogy for this type of context, but you can catch my drift.
Yeah, I understand. So you reckon just eventually they'll just fucking...
Eventually they'll fall. Like I said, if it is true...
I think politically they'll infiltrate them.
If it's true that I saw their stats and they're 50% like poverty, like...
And they can offer some kind of economic reprieve.
Yeah, like some type of stimulus package and be like, look, like make it intriguing for them to come through and minimal bloodshed. I think that's the best way. Otherwise, like you said, Russia has an insane resources, insane technology, insane. Just
people don't live that well in Russia either. Standard living in Russia isn't exactly Wonderland.
No, definitely not. But they're Russia. I don't know. It's just they're built different.
Maybe you have to question their recruitment strategy though, because like if they're not exactly a wealthy country, why don't they take over like Sweden? They're a wealthy country. You want to acquire wealth. Why are they acquiring another poor country?
Yeah, but it's just too far.
Well, Finland's right there.
Yeah, but you got to go over water. I think it's just there.
No. They have common land with Finland.
Do they?
Yeah, brother.
Interesting. Let me see.
Yeah, where's Helsinki? Helsinki is right. You could jog from St. Petersburg to Helsinki. It's not far.
Really?
It's all on land as well.
Really? Okay.
Yes.
Let me look it up. Wow, you're actually not wrong at all. Jesus Christ, I have easy access to Finland and Sweden
why aren't they
and
going
Norway.
Yeah.
Oh God, they're gonna take over
Why?
everything, boss.
Yeah, why wouldn't they take them over? Not that I want it to happen, but I'm
Because
just
then
saying.
once they get Sweden, then they get into Denmark, and then once they get Denmark, you're in Germany. Then once you get Germany, hey UK, I've got a friend named David who's ready to fight on your
Oh God,
borders.
if they get to Norway and they go round it, and they're right there. How the fuck did England win every war, dude? England wins every war. The UK is this tiny island with island sitting off the
Well,
side
no,
of it.
no, like what they are now, obviously, but before because they had all the royalty, they just had so much land amassed, and now they've become,
True. Well, it's
you know,
still powerful.
they're like
I
the
think they had a great navy was the thing that they had.
yeah, they're like the
They just
Man United. They just got a long, illustrious history, but really recent performances trash.
yeah. See, I don't know. I honestly don't think Europe has anyone who could like Europe doesn't really have any star fighter.
I
Like
think I
Spain,
think Germany. I
useless.
think Germany. I think could do a madness.
Bro, Germany are 0-2 in World Wars. They're not helping.
Yeah, but their technology is insane. They're
All right. Well, I mean, you just got to be careful. So Germany could help us. So Germany's our star player.
pretty much it's your Mbappe at the moment.
What do you mean you're? As if you're not in this as well. We're in this.
Hey,
They're
look,
our star player, mate.
geez, maybe I have to go back to the Philippines and just hang out on the islands. I don't
Hey,
know,
Philippines? I don't know, mate.
boss.
Italy,
Yep.
Italy, they're not helping. Portugal, not
Actually,
helping.
Philippines is a bad one as well. We might just get shaped by like Korea or something.
Yeah, I was
but
saying.
especially because
France,
China,
they
no,
don't help.
China would smack us.
Yeah.
Nowhere is safe. Iceland, I think Iceland is the safest.
Iceland,
But there's
yeah.
not much
But it's
going on
really
in Iceland.
expensive, How are you going to pay for your stay there to wait out the war? The
Like that
Faroe
whole area is a
Islands?
bit mad, like Russia, and then it's just like Ukraine, then you get into Turkey, and then you're in the Middle East again. And we saw what happened in the Middle East.
Yeah, you get in the Middle East easy.
Bro,
I don't think they're coming from the Middle East. Dude,
it's insane how big Russia is. Just looking at it on a
they're
map,
massive.
it's crazy. It is crazy. It's crazy how big Kazakhstan is. Actually,
Canada is bigger, I think. Apparently, Canada is bigger,
I think they are. Yeah,
but just so much of it is uninhabitable.
yeah.
I don't like that. They can get across to Iceland, Greenland, America.
Dude, Russia's actually in the perfect position because they in between. They can smack through three regions like Asia, Middle
And
East,
to get to them is
and Europe.
hard. I guess like America could just go right up their backside, but I'm sure they're ready for that.
Yeah, of course.
Dude, New Zealand. Why don't we move to New Zealand? No one's touching New Zealand.
No.
Like, there's just no point
Yeah, but I think once.
unless you're using it as a loading dock to attack us.
Yeah, I think that's what happens. I think New Zealand just gets absolutely pounded in.
Oh yeah, they have no chance.
Or we combine with New Zealand, but if we combine with New Zealand, it's like cool.
We always combine with them, but it won't make a difference.
It's like putting lettuce into your diet. It's like, yeah, you're just filling up your stomach, but it's like there's really no nutrients and really no point in doing it.
It's not good. Maybe Madagascar, Mozambique.
I
That's what
really
top
think,
tier episode
I
there.
really think Africa is a shout.
Africa is a shout. Madagascar. Not exactly the most advanced
yeah,
country.
not Madagascar, boss. I mean, like what country? I'm really looking now. What country would be a good cop in
Mauritius,
Oh, Mauritius is actually not a bad cop.
Gabon,
Oh, me and Obama.
not
just
South
hanging
Africa,
out.
not South Africa. No.
Like even Papua New Guinea, we saw what happened in World War II. Man, they got
Not even-
slapped.
Yeah, who slapped Papua New Guinea in World War II?
The
Japan?
the bloody Vietnamese.
Why?
Because during the Vietnam War, mate. What are you talking about?
I said World War II.
Oh, oh no, I don't think they were. Oh, were they World
Papua
War
New
II?
Guinea got rolled in a war, but they're so far away from
Mate,
everyone.
they got bopped. Well, it's because
They're not exactly. They would not defend themselves well.
But
That
it's
is not
because
an
it's because
advanced country.
but yeah, but it's because they were like a median point for Australia. So like if Papua New Guinea got taken over, then again Australia's a sitting duck. But then again, Indonesia, fourth biggest army, I'm pretty sure. So they could just get in.
East Timor.
They can get into the game.
Yeah, Indonesia. Oh my god. Yeah, but we've discussed this on this podcast before, back before when wars were like in theory, whereas now they're like in reality. Like Australia, if you're coming from the north, but those Russian soldiers ain't getting anywhere. Like they get to Darwin, they get eaten by crocs, eaten by snakes, be way too hot. They're not touching us.
I don't think Russians care about that, dude.
Well, they'll have to. They die. If Russia came to Australia in the Northern Territory, they'd all get fucking.
That
We'd
is
roast
true.
them.
I've seen Russians in Phuket, Thailand. They did
They
not
burn easy.
they did not do well. Talk
We'll
about
just
being pasty. They did not
cut off the
do
sunscreen supply, and we'll win the war.
100%. Actually, I think that's it. I think we invite them into our playground. Is that the play?
Bring him into Uluru and just like
Hey
trap
guys,
them in
look,
Uluru.
hey, have fun. We're in Western Australia. Let's go.
Guerrilla warfare.
What else, man? I think maybe like South America's a fair shout, like Argentina. But I don't know.
That is where.
You probably have a better indication if that's probably a good viable.
No, I just think it's
location.
good. Economy's falling apart, but it's all right. Uruguay is where I'd go. Uruguay,
Bro, dude,
although
Russia,
the meat is a
dude,
little
it's
more
crazy.
expensive.
Russia's like right next to Canada. Dude, Russia's everywhere. Everywhere I look, it's just Russia.
Yeah.
Do you want to go to Japan? No, Russia.
Oh, I'm not going to Japan.
Go to Canada? No, Russia.
I think we have to go to Uruguay.
You were gay? Where? Yeah, that's it. I'm not going to South Africa. They had apartheid. It was bad there.
Yeah, that's not good.
Congo, mate.
I'm not
You're
going to
laughing.
Brazil.
I'm not going to Congo.
I think like a small city like San Jose de Mayo in Uruguay. I think that's where we're going. A nice humble oh, it's very humble. There's not much there, but
It's very humble.
very humble. But I'm sure lovely, and I'm sure you could, have nice barbecues.
Because even Brazil, man, their government's a madness. You
Their
don't wanna
guys
go there.
mad, yeah.
Yeah, that's a madness. I think every country is really just with. I think what we've come to the end of this is Russia. Can you just not,
Just chill, yeah.
just chill, man.
Paraguay, go to Paraguay.
Like Spain, like maybe Spain.
No, Spain getting rolled. There's just so many good things going on in the world right now. The NBA did that lovely top 75 player thing. That was nice.
That was
you got to
very
see
nice.
Ray Allen and Kevin Garnett not high five. That was pretty funny.
Yeah, dude, man, there was probably more tension between those two than there is between Ukraine and Russia. That's saying
Can you
something.
explain to me this whole Ray Allen Celtics thing? Why do they hate each other so much they won't even forgive each other, even though they won a championship together?
It's very, very simple actually. So I think Ray Allen had the option of re-signing with the Celtics. And I think at that time they still
wanted
felt
to trade him, didn't they?
no. I think he felt he wanted to have. I don't know. I think there was always turmoil with Ray Allen because he basically became the Chris Bosh. Like he was the number one player. He was like basically the second best shooting guard in the world.
He was an animal.
Yeah, he was behind Kobe at one point. Like it was like him, Kobe.
Like he could create his own shot.
Yeah, it was like him, Kobe, Tracy McGrady, Vince Carter. There was like the top four guys. And then when he got traded to the Celtics, Paul Pierce is already there. He's the Celtic legend. He's obviously going to get most of the buckets. KG, he's a forward. He gives a different dimension on offense. He's going to, get the ball a lot. And Rondo, he's a point guard, and he was a classic point guard. Where he's a distributor. So he's gonna sort of control where the ball goes. So I think for a long time, Ray Allen was playing the Chris Bosh role, and I guess he maybe felt underappreciated a little bit. So I think he was exploring other opportunities, and the Celtics during that whole time felt that they were still very much championship contenders. And he chose, instead of going to another team, let's say in the West, he went to their direct rivals in the Heat. And they're just like, look, like this, like you're just disrespecting us now because it's like we feel like we have a chance if you stayed and you did it, you abandoned ship and you went to the best team. And the best team is the reason why we can't win a championship now. So you ruined it for everyone.
And what do you think? So that's what the Celtics thing happened. What do you think is like? Do you think that's a fair representation of what happened?
No, I think that's really just.
Do you think he's the bad
is.
guy in it?
I don't think he's a bad guy or a good guy. I think it's just he did what he wanted to do for himself, selfish nonetheless. But it's a game of basketball. Really, it's his legacy on the line. So I can see why he did that. But then from the Celtics end, you're like, we still have an opportunity. Like if they had Ray Allen, the Heat won a championship because of Ray Allen, realistically. If
Yeah.
you minus Ray Allen, they don't win a championship. So if you have Ray Allen on the Celtics team, obviously it's not, apples for apples, but he would have played a significant role for the Celtics, and that could have easily been the edge over their big three in the Heat.
That is true.
So it's so delicate, like the way, like so delicate how influential he was. Like him basically leaving the Celtics ended the whole run. It's like what he say. It easy.
So like him, basically in their eyes, he just kind of fucking finished their careers, basically.
Yeah, 100%. It's like, look, now it's like my career's over. We're going to the net with shit. Rondo's like, I think Rondo didn't really. He obviously cared, but I think he was like,
he's still going though, Rondo.
Yeah, and he's doing business with the Cavs, like off the bench. Like he must be like an insane. It's weird because like no one likes him, but he's like an insane mentor somehow.
Yeah,
he's like CP3.
Like a lot of people think he's a fucking asshole.
He's basically a shitter CP3.
Yeah,
like,
and everyone thinks he'll be a great coach one day.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think everyone's gonna fucking hate him
because he does seem to make a lot of enemies.
He does. Remember the Mavericks? He just literally quit on the team in the last game. But yeah, I'm not playing. Just literally turned over the ball the whole time. Like, yeah, get me out of here. But yeah, that's pretty much it with the Celtics situation. It was just Ray Allen left and won a chip. That's it.
And he's never apologized. They've never settled it. I guess from his perspective, he probably thinks, because I think he thinks he's been unfairly treated by them.
Yeah,
they probably think that they treat him fairly, and therefore there's just
in modern day terms, it would be like if Ben Simmons won a championship now, and it's like, look, and Bede's like, look, dude, like if you just stayed and just gave us time, like I think we had a championship team, but you took the easy route, and now you won a championship, so you get all the glory, and I don't.
Yeah, and I guess from like Ray Allen's perspective, like he would have to say sorry, I guess, for a reconciliation to happen, and he doesn't think he should, and
because he shouldn't. He's like, no, I want like it. It's like I sacrificed so much for the team, and now you want me to like sacrifice my
even
legacy,
more of my career. Yeah,
because like think about it now, he's forever known that he was an integral part, if not won the Miami Heat the championship, won LeBron his first championship. He's known for that.
He's second, but yeah,
sorry, he's second. So he's known for that. If he won a championship with the Celtics, it's going to be KG won it. Paul Pierce
he won a championship with the Celtics.
Yeah, but
he wasn't celebrated.
Yeah, he's not recognized. Everyone says Paul Pierce, KG. That's
true.
It. KG's one ring. Like you know how we've been saying before in previous podcasts that the Celtics they've been dining out on that championship. Ray Allen hasn't been dining out. They have.
He's had other shit to do.
Yeah, he's like, I'm the best. I'm the second best 3-point shooter of all time. He's got all these accolades. Clutch shooter. Played Judas Shuttlesworth in a movie. Like he's chilling.
Dude, what about that? Which of their Hernan Gomez is it? Is it Juan?
Juan Hernan Gomez.
So he's not his twin. Tough, because they're the twins, and he got the role.
Look, I'm sorry, but look, we know which one's the better looking one. Willie.
Oh, I thought they were identical.
Willie, I love you, but we know. I think they're younger. I think the one's like younger, which I think is Juan. But they look exactly the same. But I'm pretty sure one is younger. They're not twins.
Oh, but they're probably both just as good looking.
One's like.
Which one has got the better NBA career? Neither. Maybe Willie.
Like one, like they're both classic journeymen.
Yeah. There's Willie and Juancho's definitely better looking.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Look, Willie, you're not bad yourself, but Juan, he looks like the classic Spanish fuckboy. Like full look, he's got full arm sleeve tat, shaved head with a great beard.
He was a 15th pick.
Actually, you know what, Willie? I think Willie. I'm looking at this picture of Willie. I think he's definitely been shafted here. He's looking insane in this pick. Respect to you, Willie.
No, but Juancho looks more like the role that they wanted. you can see the role is this sort of like edgy dude. Like Wancho Willie looks very clean cut.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. One definitely looks a bit more. It looks like it looks like he's had a tough background, even though
Yeah,
they have the exact same life.
That movie looks like it's gonna be pretty cool.
Yeah. Produced by Adam Sandler and LeBron James.
Dude, Adam Sandler slaps.
He does.
Like he makes good movies, and now all these ones that he's making himself are slapping.
And he's getting people that he wants. Like he had KG in Uncut Gems. KG was insane in that movie. Great movie.
Yeah, he's good.
But like in this new
movie,
movie,
Anthony Edwards. Anthony Edwards will be good. He'll be good on screen.
Like who's in it? It's called Hustle. If no one knows, it's
everyone's in it.
It's basically
half the NBA's in it.
It's basically like a movie about trying to get into the NBA, from what I could gather.
For a Spanish guy.
Yeah, Hernan Gomez. His name's Bo Cruz. You can be more creative with that one, I guess.
Does it take place in Europe or in America?
I don't know. There's no plot to it. I can't really say. I'm trying to read into it. But here are the players that are in it. Anthony Edwards looking diamondy as always with his earrings. Trae Young, somehow they've been able to CGI his hairline back together, which is pretty impressive. Probably milked the budget. Kyle Lowry.
Yes, so many players are in it.
Kyle Lowry looking thick. Jordan Clarkson. Oh my God, as if he wasn't the main character. You're kidding yourselves on that one.
It must be about some Spanish guy. Like, why would they make?
But it's like about going through like the draft. I think it's like the journey of a player trying to get into the NBA. So like he'll go like to the draft combine, train.
Sandler takes him to America without his approval.
Yeah, and like try and get him.
So it's from Spain, yeah.
Try and get into the NBA, and obviously, like most agents do, milk the money.
Yeah.
Chris Middleton's in it. Look, fair play. Aaron Gordon with his cornrows is in it. Matisse Thybulle, shout out to the Aussie, he's in it. Tyrese Maxey, the guy who is replacing Ben Simmons, is in it. Pretty crazy that he's in it, to be fair. He's only had, 3 months worth of game time, and he's in it.
Simmons, who?
Tyrese Maxey.
Oh, yeah.
Plays 3 months, and he's in a movie. Congratulations. Tobias Harris, I don't understand how you need more money, but
Anthony Edwards is playing like the asshole, I think, which is pretty funny.
Tobias. Seth Curry is in it. Boban is in it.
Dude, everyone's going to be in it.
Doc Rivers is in it. Kenny the Jet Smith is in it.
That's probably where LeBron came in as the producer.
Jackson's in it.
He would have called people up and be like, do you want to be in it? That would have been his role.
Yeah, 100%.
And to make it feel real, like he's been through this.
I wonder how much how much producers get. You know, when you always see like it'll be like Mark Wahlberg produced this movie, or Ben Affleck. It's like,
it's a weird thing.
What are they getting out of it?
Because sometimes people will just want a producer's credit just to like get the credit. It's like to help their portfolio.
Yeah, but then they'll have like producers, which are like the people actually like basically project managing the movie, like getting all the materials.
LeBron would have got something from that. He probably would. He would have got. Because there's twofold. It helps them advertise it, being like LeBron James. He then advertises it, like Drake with Top Boy. Like how he produces it. His promotion alone is probably part of that role.
Yeah, you're right. But I'm just thinking of the share of the money, I guess. Because it's Netflix. It's like they would have just paid a lump sum.
Nah, they're
not getting it. You're not getting any residuals. It's just a lump sum. It's on Netflix. It's just.
Nah, you probably get like a portion of the clicks.
Yeah,
so LeBron does business on LeBron's terms. I wouldn't be surprised if LeBron's getting like equity in it.
Boss, you know who does real business? We're talking about Adam Sandler here. The guy makes...
Same with Adam Sandler.
The guy makes business.
No, but I think Adam Sandler has a fixed deal with Netflix. It's some fat deal. Because remember he did like those comedies with like Jennifer Aniston and David Spade.
Oh, yeah.
He has like a fat deal.
Actually, he might.
Like
let me see.
He might. He signed that before streaming was that big. Maybe he needs to...
he might have like... Yeah, he had like that Dave Chappelle deal where it's like he's like committed for X amount of dollars.
So yeah, so Happy Madison Productions, so his productions will make four more films
Oh yeah, it
and a
says it.
stand-up special.
$250 million for
Holy
four
shit! Through
movie deal.
six,
250 million. Jesus
no,
Christ.
six films.
Which article are you looking at?
True. 250 million isn't a lot for six films when you consider the cost. Maybe that's like if they're gonna put 250 million, like that's actually not a lot of profit
That's not. Well, think about like a Marvel movie is like what 200 million on its own.
on the budget.
Yeah,
Yeah.
alone.
I mean, I guess Adam Sandler is acting in it, so that takes out one of the star actors. And
Yeah,
like
but
it would be expensive. I don't
like
think that's a great
it wouldn't be
deal.
cheap getting these NBA. Like what do you think Hernan Gomez is getting? Because he's not on a big wicket. Like he's not on big
Hernego,
money. He's
oh,
not on
I'm
big
sure
money.
he's on big money. Dude, NBA
No.
money. He's on.
Yeah, no,
he's on.
but no, he's probably like on he's probably like 6 million, which is big money, obviously. But
I don't think he gets paid a lot for this film. I think he gets paid like a mil max. Dude, it's an opportunity for him. It helps kick off his modeling career, his acting career. Maybe he wants to get into this. It helps get his name out there. It'll be easier for him to sign with teams now.
But okay, is he getting the most out of all the NBA players? That's what I want to know.
I think a lot of those NBA players just are on it for the credit, for a little bit of money,
Dude, you
for
don't
the
think, you don't think
exposure
Anthony,
to Hollywood.
do you don't think Anthony Edwards or Trey Young are getting decent money?
I would be surprised if I wouldn't be surprised if they're not getting like if they, I wouldn't be surprised if Anthony Edwards is doing that for free.
No,
I would not be
boss,
surprised.
No.
No, but think about
Boss,
if you're
no,
Anthony
boss.
Edwards, you're young, you're hilarious. Like Anthony Edwards is gonna be good in this. We know. Like Anthony Edwards has got a good personality.
Yeah.
He will be good in this. I guarantee you, more sports films come out. Anthony Edwards is the first name people get
Actually,
call up
I think I just figured it out. You know who they're probably not getting paid a lot, but you know where they're really getting paid?
where
The shoe deals.
you think they're like
Do
they're
you
wearing
think
their shoes
you
in
don't
the
think
film.
Puma is jacking off right now because they're like, oh, we got Trey Young in a big movie
Yeah, exactly.
with our
Is
shoes.
Trae Young with Puma.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's with Puma. Oh man,
He's with
I'm pretty sure
Adidas.
he is. Okay, Adidas said. Who's Anthony Edwards with? Puma?
Nike. He seems like a Nike guy.
Yeah, he does seem like a Nike guy, but he's about his bag though at the same time.
True.
But again, who did the casting as well? Like that's what I mean. Is it about availability? Like,
It would have been LeBron James. That's what part of his producer role would have been. The connections would have been calling people
yeah,
up.
but why didn't he go like, hey, Malik Monk or
I don't know when it was filmed.
like as if that's not a bargaining chip to get people to play with you. Hey,
That's
like,
what
hey,
I'm
look,
saying now.
Hey,
like,
look, you might be getting the the veterans minimum, but trust me, you're gonna be in Space Jam 3.
maybe.
Because then surely that's not tampering at all. I'm just putting him in, or even if you're like a owner of a team, and you had connections into the movie industry.
Yeah, third party deals.
You know, like they had that in the NRL with Russell Crowe. Russell Crowe owned the South Sydney Rabbitohs, and he was filming movies, and he got the Burgess brothers to be in movies.
Oh, and paid them for being in the movie.
Yeah, he just paid them to be in the movie. Then it's like, oh well, under the salary cap, obviously. So it's definitely that does get to muddy waters.
I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if players don't get paid.
But yeah, I hope it's a good movie. Like good.
It'll be
realistic
good.
movie. I hope
It'll be
Hernan
good, Adam
Gomez
Sandler.
puts on the performance of his life.
Uncut Gems. That was good.
It was really good. You know what? I've actually retracted my previous statement about Willie. Your brother Juan is a weapon.
Yeah, Juan's a handsome guy.
Do you think he's putting up numbers? And I'm not talking about numbers.
I don't know.
Does this guy have a miss? If he doesn't have a miss, this guy's putting up numbers.
Probably. Almost 100%. Dude, that reminds me that Julia Fox on the Uncut Gems. Apparently, she wasn't even supposed to be the actress in that movie.
Oh,
She
really?
was there because I think you know how like Adam Sandler's missus in that is supposed to be like basically like a hoe, like an Instagram like model socialite thing.
Oh yeah, like
he
he's
was
a
there as a
mistress.
consultant, yes, because that's what she's lived. She was out as a consultant. And apparently, one day they were in the park and she was trying to tell the actor how to do it. And they were like, fuck, why don't we just get this girl to do it? She's way better than the actress.
Oh,
And that's how she got the role.
That's a tough one for the actress there.
I know, that is
a tough one.
And now she's famous.
And then played my boy Kanye. So fuck you, Julia Fox.
Do you really think she played Kanye or did Kanye?
Dude, she literally came out and said, I'm a hustler. She hustled him. It's fair enough. Like he used her as well. It's a fair transaction, but still,
exactly.
Kanye's
down bad.
Put respect on my man's name.
Although to be fair, he had, he's had a good run recently of women, not of life.
Has he though? Has he been putting? I don't know what his roster's been like.
He had that Vinietra girl or whatever.
Oh yeah, Jesus Christ, insane.
He had that Victoria's Secret model, one of the goats.
Oh, insane. Dude, just quickly about Hernan Gomez. The guy's averaging 10 minutes and 1 point per game this season.
10 minutes ain't nothing in the NBA.
10 points to 10 minutes, 1 point a game.
That's not nothing.
Can that be a star of a movie? Is that going to be believable for me? Yes, he went through the process. Yes, he did in the NBA.
You know why I think it's good? Because a lot of people won't even fucking know who he is. A lot of people will genuinely just think that he's a handsome actor.
You are right, actually.
That's probably why it's good.
True, because you don't want someone like Ricky Rubio. You don't want like Ricky Rubio because everyone's like, I know Ricky Rubio.
Yeah. Whereas Hernan Gomez, it's like, who is this tall Spanish dude? He's probably just a tall Spanish dude.
Yeah. And then you realize that he's made X amount of millions in the NBA, really doing nothing of any productivity.
I don't know why you hate on that so much,
No, but I just see him like, it's funny that he's like, there's so many star plays in the movie, but the actual main character is the shittest one. That's why I just felt like it feels ironic.
Yeah, it
Chris
kind of
Middleton,
like
All-Star, Trae Young, All-Star, Anthony Edwards, Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, but
Jordan
that's why
Clarkson,
they're there to add star effect.
Sexiest man in the league.
They're there to add star effect. He's not there to add star effect. He's there to be the guy who's not the star.
No. You're right. Interesting. Very.
And what about like, dude, Tristan Thompson just like getting waived by Indiana?
Oh, and
the coach was like, yeah, he's great performance, but he's getting waived tomorrow, so it's all G. It's like they've already got it like tied up. The agent's been like, you're gonna waive him, and he's gonna go join the Bulls.
Yeah, I mean, what do you say? Are we meant to be feeling sad for Tristan Thompson right now, or
no? I'm just saying, like, it's just like, dude, the buyout market in the NBA now has just got so insane. Like, and waiving people, and then them joining, like. This period of the season is just so insane now with like, I don't know, players doing whatever they wanted.
Yeah.
Older players especially.
Just before we start to stay on Tristan Thompson, I think being ruthless is definitely something that he knows as a human being, and especially trading teams. And when I'm talking about teams, I'm talking about women. I think he's very well versed in that. So I think if anything, I think he brokered the deal himself. He didn't even need his agent. He's like, don't worry,
Rich Paul.
I've done this before. Trust me. I'm gonna perform well one game, and then I'm off. I know
how to look after myself.
I know how to stay in one location. I know how to,
move about.
Bang and move on. And I'm not talking, underneath the boards trying to get rebounds. I'm talking about rebounds as in women. But nonetheless, yes, I do agree. Like, there's what's his name, Goran Dragic going to the Nets.
He got waived. How? He got waived by the Raptors. Why did they waive him?
Because they don't want him. He's an old guy that's not going to be any use to them. So I can understand from both parties. Like, he doesn't want to be there.
Didn't the Lakers
they don't want him. They don't want to. They don't want to pay him all the money
that he's worth.
All that he's worth. And Goran Dragic would have been on the decent coin considering he was coming off some good seasons. But I'd understand, like, the Bucks were really they were heavily pursuing him and he didn't go. Do you think it's because he's trying to chase the ring, or is it because he's trying to chase the ring?
And is that an issue? Chase the ring? Couldn't you chase the ring with
Giannis? Yes, that's what I mean. But no, he's gone to the. Because I don't even think he plays. That's what, like, at least he probably plays at the Bucks. I don't think he plays in the Nets.
They would have, they chased him. They would have had a use for him.
Yeah, they've got Kyrie, Seth Curry, Patty Mills, and Ben Simmons. Like you don't really need that many guards that can handle the ball. And he doesn't really he's not really a spot up shooter. He's small.
It's pretty funny that
He's
after the
old.
beef he had with Ben Simmons over the All-Star spot,
Who?
Goran Dragic and Ben Simmons. When Ben Simmons was in his rookie year, they had mad beef over an All-Star spot.
Oh yeah. Back in the day.
Yeah, it's weird. Like I don't know, it's a weird one. The Nets are like revamped.
But it's not as crazy as it was back like in the last 2 years. In the last 2 years, it was really crazy the
buyout market.
It was
dude, it was insane, dude.
Everyone was flying around. Now I don't know if it's because of COVID or how people's salary caps.
I think just the nature of who's eligible to do it.
Yeah, it's there's not really many big names, or maybe not big names, but like influential players, I should say.
One thing that I saw like this video on Ben Simmons going to LSU. You'll like this is. It's not a good sign for the only thing about Ben Simmons that worries me about Brooklyn is like everywhere he goes, he seems to end up like he never leaves anything on good terms. Leaves Australian basketball team bad terms. LSU he leaves on bad terms. Philadelphia he leaves on bad terms. Half his misses he leaves on bad terms. He seems to leave everything on bad terms, and it's kind of like when anyone does that in real, like someone in real life was like applying for a job at your place. And it was like, oh, don't talk to that boss. We had a falling out. Don't talk to that boss. We had a falling out. Don't talk to my university. The lecturers hated me. You'd be like, does this guy just end up hating everyone everywhere?
Yeah, but it's like he's the best though. So it'd be like if you're the best employee, but you hate him and he just left you.
Ben Simmons.
Yeah. He's arguably like the best. So it'd be like, imagine you trade the guy and he became number one, and now he's like, all right, I don't like it. Yeah, I'm moving. And it's like, oh, you can't move. Like, well, I am. So sorry. And you're like, oh, well, you were really good at one point. You did help us out, but now you've left us in a shit position. Like I don't know. It's one of those. Like I don't know. I don't want to do more Ben Simmons slander because I know it's gonna slap me in the face from the playoffs, and he's gonna be a weapon, and it's gonna annoy me so much. But you are
back on the train again.
I was never on the train. And don't sound on the train.
Well, you think he's doing well now? You think he's going to be good?
No, I'm not on the bandwagon, boss. I am merely a spectator from the side. Much like Kendall Jenner
No, but you think he'll do well? You think he'll do well?
I think he will be okay. I think he gets back to all-star level? Potentially.
Okay, that's something.
I don't think he's a guaranteed all-star. But before he was really a guaranteed all-star back, like prior to all this sort of situation. Like he would easily been an all-star in this year's all-star game. So I think, yeah, like with LSU, talked a big game, was meant to lead them into the NCAA tournament. Didn't.
Yeah.
For the first number one pick to never do that. At that time, a lot of number one picks now have done that, aka Anthony Edwards.
Oh yeah. I guess so. I just thought it was interesting to bring up that pattern.
Yeah.
Are you gonna watch have you watched any of the Champions League? Tomorrow there's a big game.
There is a lot of big games. I've only watched the highlights from last week. Actually, I haven't seen any of the new games. But
it's fair enough.
I don't know. Like you said, I think it is a bit weird. It's just like you're just playing in Europe, like whatever sport, and it's just you just know there's a war.
Yeah,
potentially on the.
It's like what happened to Shakhtar Donetsk was in the round of 16.
Yeah, what does Teti do?
Shakhtar Donetsk versus Chelsea would have been interesting. That would have been interesting.
I think you just forfeit the game, eh? You just forfeit. Just forfeit and be like, yeah, nah. I'm cool with that. I didn't realize as well. I saw on the map, dude. They're actually like right next, like Shakhtar Donetsk is like right next to Russia. It's basically Russia.
That's why they've been like. That's why that part is now part of Russia because it's close. So the team plays in Kiev.
Bro, it's a bit mad. I can't believe we even. That is a bit mad. That's a bit mad.
Yeah, he's pretty much just been like, this is part of.
I think all these issues could be solved with like a conversation though. Like it's just a simple conversation. Like
you think?
Well, like for example, did you see like
Oh, David Neres plays for them. How's he going to get his weed if the country's getting taken over?
Like, did you see what happened to Zion? Like all the Zion slander recently.
What slander?
So not obviously because he's fat, but no, not because he's fat. Basically, CJ McCollum came out and said that they're talking about him and like talking about the opportunity of playing with Zion, and he goes, "Oh, ever since I come to the Pelicans, I haven't talked to Zion yet. Like Zion, like I haven't got in contact with Zion."
Oh shit!
And then JJ Redick came out on his podcast and goes, "That's how you know Zion would not be a superstar and doesn't give a fuck about the team." It's like, surely if they're trading and basically the second best player on your team, maybe third behind Ingram, it's like you think that is common courtesy. Even if you're not even a good player on the team, it's just common courtesy to introduce yourself to a new teammate.
Yeah, 100%.
Considering that he hasn't, shows that one, he's not invested into the team. Two, he probably doesn't have many leadership qualities. And three, just put into question sort of where his ceiling is now at the moment, considering where Ja Morant is sort of eclipsing him in pretty much every single way.
It seems like he doesn't care then.
Yeah, and now like they've come like I think it was one of the big NBA reporters that basically like come out who sort of like the next 3 or 4 guys are that basically do a Ben Simmons, and they really think that Zion's just going to do a Ben Simmons.
Oh, and just like, I don't want to play.
Yeah, I'm just not going to play.
Yeah, because his extension's up. And it's like, do you extend a guy and then just have him be like, I'm not playing?
Yeah, like basically it's like, I'm not playing. And then I think they're going to try and force their hand to go to New York so he can play with his Duke brothers.
True, because they're all there now.
And like Randall, like everyone's like, you can consider that Randall's, falling off a cliff. Basically, the whole team's falling off a cliff. So you could probably get something for him.
What are they? They're gonna have to give they're gonna have to give a lot for him.
Yeah, but you're the Knicks. You're not really making any movement at the moment. Like basically last year was really just a flash in the pan for them, unfortunately.
Yeah, but that doesn't change like that. They're gonna have to give something up for him.
Yeah, I'm just saying like I think Julius Randle. Sorry, mate. See you later, bro.
Yeah, but the Pelicans I guess the Pelicans are going to be in the position where
they have to. Like you said, like if you're like,
he can say no to the extension.
I am just not going to play. I want to go. I am not playing. Extend me, give you my max.
Or don't extend me and I'll leave for free.
And the issue is, again, because he's a restricted free agent, I think I mentioned this previously on past episodes. Any team, like if a team offers him the max contract, the Pelicans either have to match it or they just let him go for free.
Yeah. And they have to match it, keep the asset, and then trade him.
Yeah. But like it's harder to trade once you get someone that's on a max contract as well. There's less fluidity.
That's true.
Plus you have Ingram on big money, you got McCollum on big money.
And they still suck.
Fucking farts.
Yeah, he probably would do a Ben Simmons. It's the same thing. Like, he's so mysterious. You don't know anything about him. It's not like he posts his Instagram stories of him going to get coffee, or you don't see Zion. He doesn't exist.
He doesn't. It's very sad. Like there was another stat where it came up like him and Greg Oden at this point in their careers have played pretty much the exact same games. And think about how everyone looks like Greg Oden.
It's like sad.
Yeah, like sad guy that what could have been. And now it's like Zion probably has to get another knee surgery.
Again?
Why doesn't
he just lose the weight?
I don't know, boss. I think ever since I realized that losing weight's actually not that hard, it just takes some self-discipline. Lose some weight, Zion.
Yeah, I don't know why he doesn't.
Like, it surely just is. It can't. But then again, it's like, what happens if he's like?
To be fair,
let's say it's like 10%. Let's say it's actually not fat. It's just pure muscle. And he's just big. He's just getting bigger and bigger, and it's like 10% body fat. Where do you go from there?
Just stop work. Just don't do any working out.
But you can't, because you're a professional athlete. Then you just like you got to do something. Injured. Yeah.
Look, I don't know. Not my problem. Physio's problem to figure out that shit out. I'm sure they can figure that out. They body recomp all the time.
But that's such a unique issue, though. You're just too muscular and too big. We gotta make you less muscular.
Yeah, I don't know.
You're just naturally too muscular.
That whole franchise seems like a mess, though. Anyway, like they're probably not the place to do it.
Yeah, I think they just get bored out eventually and move to buddy Seattle or something.
Well, all the New Orleans places are gonna have to move because New Orleans is gonna be underwater in 10 years, 20 years.
Oh, it's hard
So who knows?
now making everything so depressing. Now there's war.
It's true.
Now there's flooding nations, flooding areas. Bit of a
Look, I
mess.
can gloat about Tottenham winning against Man City if you want. If you want to talk about something good,
That's not good for anyone, boss. It's like
good for everyone. Actually, it
it
puts the
actually is
league back
not.
on.
I don't want Tottenham to be even in the conversation. I'm not even.
No,
I don't
Liverpool
even,
are back in the league.
I'm not even a Tottenham hater. It's just like I just don't. It's just Tottenham. You just don't. You're like Ukraine. You just don't offer anything to the table. It's like cool.
Oh, come
It's like
on,
cool.
man.
It's like think about it, if Tottenham like cool, you make the Champions League. What are you doing in the Champions League?
We made the final a few years ago.
You-
We'll
you-
make it again.
Cool, boss. You know who's Russia? Man City. PSG.
Who we beat every time we play them.
Oh, is that what Ukraine said? Ukraine, hey, look, we're not part of the Soviet Union. We're our own independent country. You
Yeah,
know what,
but
Tottenham?
We
You're
beat them
slaughtered.
on the weekend. That's like if Ukraine had kicked out some Russian forces, but they didn't. We did.
Jesus, probably literally. Oh no, Zinchenko was playing. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, didn't do much, did he?
Ah no, boss. He had a lot in his mind.
No, to be fair, we beat them the first game because Benjamin Mendy played and he was terrible.
I think he had other stuff on his mind as well.
Honestly, I think the best thing for society would have been to lock him up, but he has to come out and play because he's so
What?
bad that would be like public humiliation.
Jesus.
They should force him to play for Man City and be like, Man City, this is your problem. You sign a guy. You had a guy who's out here allegedly raping. You didn't do anything about it. So
That's like doing
part of your punishment, he has to play 7 times a year, coming right out of jail and just getting embarrassed. Just him getting rinsed. Just him getting rinsed by Mo Salah.
Dude, remember that was like KCP back in the day. Remember when KCP
Yeah,
had
he
the
played when he was
ankle
in jail.
monitor? Yeah, he was like on house arrest, so like he could
What did KCP
play.
even do?
I don't know, probably some madness. I don't know. But yeah, he had an ankle monitor and he was still shit. You're like, fuck, you might as well just stay at home, mate. No one cared.
Yeah.
Just stay at home.
Yeah, KCP, why'd they even bother getting him out on house like day release? Like, it doesn't make a difference to the team.
I think it was like during the dark periods for the Lakers.
Oh, when they needed KCP. Where's he at now?
That's a good question, actually. I'm pretty sure he's
Washington?
Yeah, he is. He got traded to
Bro,
Washington.
that Westbrook trade was dumb.
Ironically, they probably need someone like KCP, just like a solid defender.
Someone who can do something. They had to get lucky. They got Stanley Johnson for free.
Yeah, but I mean, at this point, if you're relying on Stanley Johnson, your team's trash. And Anthony and Anthony Davis injured again.
Yeah, but I heard this
Injured
like
again.
he does, but he always oh geez, the Russia memes are back. What was I saying? Oh, fuck, I don't know. Oh, I just came across this meme. It says, my friend sent it to me. Me shushing the Russians up to 360 no scoping Hasbullah during World War III.
Oh, not Hezbollah. I forgot about Hezbollah. Well, that's the thing as well with Russia. Is like we talk about just Russia as a country, but what about like the surrounding countries that support them? Like,
What do you mean?
Like your all the stars. I don't know if they support them, but you know what I mean. Like they're impartial.
I don't know. I think the history between those two is very different. So he's very odd. Like even Dagestan and Russia is very odd, I think.
Yeah, but yeah, you know what I mean. It's like, do they support, or it's like, you're like, oh, you support us, or we take you over as well? Because that's another leverage point they have. Like,
No, but I think
we'll
in
just-
general, like I think it's a soft spot for like Dagestanis. Like the whole Russia history is odd. It's not great, I don't think.
That's not. Yeah, that's not ideal.
That is not ideal at all.
Is there any fight touching points you got? Any other points?
Um.
This could be the last podcast, you know.
Oh, I could. You know what's
Before you get
crazy?
sent.
You know what I just realized as well?
What?
It's our 100th podcast.
Oh,
Our 100th
God, that's not good.
Oh God, people are like,
Means
oh,
it's all coming together.
everyone's like, oh, let's tune in and see what they're gonna do for their special 100th podcast. And yes, early on, I did put us. If there was no context to the audio at the beginning, yes, that was me and David lip syncing to Mr. Brightside, which is probably
It's a banger.
I think, but ironically, very, very, very in this context, poor taste. Because is it really a bright side moment? This podcast, no. This could even.
Yeah, it's been a pretty down podcast.
It's been a very down podcast because I think we've come to the realization that we could be conscripted to the army and may have to be forced to look like cowards. But we're not cowards, though. We're not cowards.
Oh, I've got nothing wrong with admitting I'm a coward if that's what you're trying to say.
Okay, what about it? What about if we were transported back to World War One, World War Two? Is it different energy? Let's say we had the same, like, I don't know what, like, let's say we had the same job titles, which fortunately for us as like whatever profession that we're both in was probably very like was relevant back in the time as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like you could directly apply what we do in life right now to what people did in like the 1930s. So would you, if you were conscripted, be like, geez, I'm actually doing all right here, you know? I don't really need this in my life. Or is it just a different mindset back then where it's like...
What do you mean? I don't get that.
Well,
if you get conscripted, you have to go. I don't understand what the question is.
Well, you don't. You just say, I'm not going, and you go to jail. And you do Muhammad Ali. That's what I'm saying. Would you do a Muhammad Ali and be like, no?
If Australia was getting just railed, if we were getting invaded, I would fight.
Would you actually?
Would I? If I got, if I got conscripted and we were getting, what else am I going to do? Go? No.
If it's China, boss.
Yeah, I'd have to. I don't want to get, because if they win, I'm dying anyway. So you may as well fight. You may as well try to help out. But
no, we're not dying. We're getting. That's what I don't understand either. Are we dying or are we just getting taken over? Let's say China they want to take us over, and then people are like, no, we're gonna.
Bruv, they ain't gonna treat you too well if they do. I tell you that much.
Really? I think I'm just chilling,
dude.
I've got Chinese blood in me. Probably, I'm Filipino.
You reckon?
I'm a mix of Spanish, Portuguese, Chinese, Dutch.
Look,
Island.
So what, you would just prefer to like not even try to help defend the country? You just prefer to just go to jail, wait until the other team wins, and then come out and be like, all right, lads, do whatever you want to me.
That's your plan. You make it sound like it's Germany and I'm like Jewish. I don't think that's the situation here. I don't think that's the situation where it's like, we're killing you because we don't like you. I think they just like, we want more resources. We want to take you over because you are not providing us the resources.
But and I'm so like, you'd be happy to live in. You basically would be happy to live on a Chinese rule. You'd be cool with that, and just have like that is interesting. What happens when a country wins a war and takes over a country? What do they do?
I don't want to die though. Like
no, but but what you raise a good point. What happens when you take over a country? Do you just kill everyone, or do you just like what do you do?
That's what I'm saying. Like it's like
they couldn't slave us.
That's what I mean. It's not like Mongolia where it's like Genghis Khan is just like pillaging and raping everyone. It's like, I assume that China, if we're going to, let's not even say China, let's say it's like any country, Russia, Germany, America, they're like, you know what, we want to take over Australia. I don't see them going, we're going to kill all the Australians and we're going to bring all our Americans here. I just see them look at, hey, we're just taking over you because you have so many resources. We don't think you're using it well,
and you need to pay taxes on everything.
And you need to pay tax, or we don't want to pay for all these tariffs and subsidies and quotas and stuff. We want everything.
Look, that's probably what would happen.
And the government's like, no, we're not doing that. And they're like, all right, well, we're going to take you over. Is there a lot of people like? Obviously, there's going to be a big part of Australia where they're very patriotic and they're going to take over.
I would probably fight.
Me personally, I would, if they're not going to,
if I thought I could make a difference, I would fight.
If they're infringing on like family and stuff, I guess that's where I'm going to put my hand up. But if they're just like, Oh, look, you're not going to be affected. Like you're just going to be operating the same as you've been operating. It's just America. Now America's going to own you, and you're going to
First
rule
of
under
all,
American ethics.
Under that, I would be. I'd probably be like, yeah,
And
I
then,
went
or
fine.
if it's China, I would be very like, if I'm
Bro,
not,
but that's not what happens in war, dude. Have you ever heard about what Japan did to all those Asian countries? They
yes,
would
I
beat
was one
them
of
and
those
they would line all the
countries.
women up. They would rape them all. They'd kill their
I was
kids.
one of those
And
countries. It's actually like my grandpa
it's
fought
fucked
in
up.
my grandpa fought in the Vietnam War. Like, yeah, it's real shit.
Yeah, so that's like this utopia that like,
But I
oh,
feel like it's different because we're in like a more.
oh,
If
it's
any,
always different,
no,
isn't it?
but I think
Yeah.
no, but it'd be more technological warfare than physical warfare. Like they'll just be spying on me. They'll have all my data. They can manipulate anything. Yeah, so cool. You have my data. Cool. I don't give a shit.
Nah, as I said, like
So you're gonna use the audio from these podcasts to try and defame me. Sick, bro. Have fun with that,
under
China.
your like utopian version of getting taken over, I probably wouldn't fight. I'd be like, that sounds better than dying.
I just don't see a show because we're so multicultural. It's like we're not like even though we're Australian, you can't define the Australian people besides the white people. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So it's like if they come, it's like, oh, we're gonna put all the Australians in internment camps. It's like, okay, like, but it's just it's a weird like Australia is such a unique country because there's no like delineation between like what actually is Australian to a degree. Like, yes, we've had these like I've had these arguments with like friends and stuff saying like, oh, like if you went to another country, like you wouldn't be viewed as Australian. Yeah, that's correct. So if China came here and was like, we're putting all the Australians into internment camps, look, I'm Australian. I talk with a massive slang, big accent, but they're not going to look at me as Australian. So am I technically a threat? Much like you, opposed to
Okay,
our white
but
pasty friends that we mentioned.
Your question is like pretty much you're saying you wouldn't go to war under this like pretense that losing the war would actually be kind of dope. Be like, oh,
no,
probably
no,
the easiest.
not dope, but it won't affect me.
Okay, and that's lovely. But losing the war, it will fucking affect you. Your family will probably get raped and murdered.
No,
and
but that's
you will
but that's what you're assuming. This is bad. We're not getting. I don't think colonization in this modern day is the same. It's
100%,
not,
dude.
boss. I am not letting some small Chinese man. Like
Well,
they're getting
if
beat
China
up, boss.
take-
I'm beating them up if that's happening.
No,
but they're
boss,
not
no.
doing that, boss.
And
They're
you-
not
you
doing
have-
that.
100%. Dude, any country takes over any country, the first thing they do is rape the women and kill the children.
They're not doing
100%.
that, boss.
Dude, they 100% are.
They are not doing that. I can tell you right now. In Australia, at least, then that's not happening. We are not going through that.
Bro,
I am telling you right now,
I'm
if we got taken over, we would all, most of us,
you think we'd
fall
be
on,
fine?
fall on our hands and knees, and we will live in a society where we're getting ruled over. And that's just how it will work.
Yeah, but you act like getting ruled over is like some luxury thing. Like it would be
Yeah, but you
shit.
make it- but you
Poverty
make
would
it-
be high.
Yeah, but you
We-
make it sound like we're gonna just turn into the Middle East all of a sudden. I
We
don't think that
probably
happened.
would.
No, I don't think we turn into the Middle East.
Somewhere in between. But
instantly.
you're okay with somewhere in between?
No, I think we probably end up like the Soviet Union countries right now. Like maybe not right now, but like back in
no.
like they have like some sole independence, but we know there's like just this weird situation going on. We're basically under rule right now. We're ruled by the UK. We're ruled by the monarch.
Nah, bro. That's if we get into a war and lose it, life isn't going to be good.
But
But I understand.
you can see the point where I'm coming from. Where it's
I
like,
understand.
I mentally cannot see us becoming Afghanistan if we were invaded.
We won't become Afghanistan. We would become like
I think we'll become like Japan.
we'd become like one of the. We'd literally become like the Hunger Games.
We'll be like Germany. We'll be like Germany. We're just chilling.
Dude. We'd be
No,
like the
boss,
Hunger Games.
we're not
It
gonna
would
be living-
100% be like
We're
the
not
Hunger
living
Games.
in the dystopian
It'd be like
society.
the shit one, like the Universe 13, like the real shit house ones. That's what we'd be.
No. You're right. We will be. It would depend if you conform, and unfortunately, I think I would conform.
Yeah, but if you
I
you
would
conform,
accept
those people get fucking. They have shit lives. Life would suck.
I don't think.
Would I accept that as
I don't
opposed to
think
death?
so, bro.
Probably, but like it wouldn't be ideal.
Look, I think the main things that come out of war is excessive killing, usually of a predominant race, and raping. And I think Australia, because we're in a multicultural society, relatively westernized, and really pose no threat and really no care, I think we're sort of chilling.
No, we have a lot of resources. If we got taken over, the country would probably just like force our population into like living, but under incredibly harsh taxes, and it would cripple us. We wouldn't be allowed an army. We would be living like we'd be giving. You pay tax. The marginal tax rate would be like 70%. 40 of it would go to the ruling country. 30 of it to sustain us. People in this country would only have enough to barely get by. And they would just run us into the ground, whoever took us over. Like, they wouldn't be like, oh, they seem cool and the people are of different colors and they speak with a weird way, so let's give them nightclubs every night and let them live good. Like, no, like they would suck each cent out of us and make it so that we could never put together the forces to fight back. It would not be good. There's a reason why Europe, Ukraine right now isn't too red hot.
And then my counterpoint is this. If that gets to us, unfortunately, that's going to be every other country already. So we'll be in a world where we're ruled by two countries. Let's say Russia and China, or China/Russia and America.
Japan almost got to us in World War II. And if everyone had your attitude, we would have lost.
But that's what I'm saying. If Australia gets taken over, every other country has already been taken over by one of the two.
In World War II, all of Europe had got turned over except for Great Britain.
I don't think Australia, unfortunately, is be able to sustain itself. So I think we just bend over, we pull our skirts up, and say, "Hey, look, I'm here to play ball."
You just want to survive because you know that all the other guys will be dead and all the girls will be left and you'll be the only guy left.
Well, look, if someone has to populate the country eventually, the next generation needs to be built. And am I here to build the next generation? Yes. And when I mean build, I mean build.
Nah, bro. I'm sticking with, I would, if it looks like we had a chance of winning, I'd go to war for Australia. I'm not going to war for Ukraine. No.
It's no circumstance. I just don't see any situation where I will be on the front lines. I am just being frank. I don't see any situation
neither.
Where it's like, unless it's civil war. I could see civil war. Like, let's say if Queens are like, fuck it, we're going to take over New South Wales. I'm like, have fun with that, guys. We're going to destroy you. We're going to destroy you. I could see civil war happening. I think civil war will happen before actual war happens.
Bro, Australia's not gonna have a civil fucking war.
I think it happens. Like, New South Wales is like, screw it. We have the most. We generate the most money. We have the most people. We're taking over, buddy. Adelaide. Have fun with that.
Nah, boss. I do like your optimism for if we get taken over, and I hope that's true. But like, all I'm gonna say is, there's a reason why Ukraine doesn't want to get taken over. If it was so easy,
we're not Ukraine. That's what I just don't. We're not Ukraine, though. You know what I mean? Like, think about it. America was in war, and America is fine. I think we're like America. It's like, yes, we're gonna go into war. At the end of the day, it's like we just keep chugging along as we chug along.
Yeah, but America win their wars. That's the problem.
That, or we team up. We tag team. We double team a country.
Yeah, and who's going to fight to put that tag team into action? Not you.
Definitely not me. I'll let the boys who have been training their whole lives to. I haven't been training.
That is true.
I haven't been training.
They've been paid a wage their whole life to train for this, and then we have to go and do the same thing for free.
Get
out of here.
Wait, so you're part of the Army Reserve? You get free dental care? I haven't got free dental care.
Yeah,
Luke Davis got braces on each
game.
He hasn't got free dental care.
That's true, yeah.
I didn't get the benefits of that.
On principle alone, I wouldn't go to war for that reason. You've convinced me.
Yeah, I think
freedom and salvation are good arguments.
He's like, so you want me to?
I've been paying taxes for these guys to sit on their asses, and then we do the same job. That's not flying.
Yeah, so you want me to fly? You want me to fly to Ukraine and tag team with the UK without free dental care?
No, not happening.
No, thank you.
Refund me my tax.
No, thank you. I am not. Exactly. And the tax? Do I get my tax back then?
Do I get taxed on my wage for fighting in the war?
Yes, I'll dude. I want
Bro.
I want everything in lieu. All my tax that I
And
pay
I want everything in lieu. I
want
want
everything in
5
lieu.
years army service in lieu.
in lieu. Thank you.
And then I'm immediately surrendering when I get there.
Oh yeah. Again, like I said, skirts up, here to play ball.
Look, I'm not here either. I'm saying the only way I would fight is if the war got to Australia and us fighting could make a difference. And I was like,
but how would you know though? That's what I mean. It's like what indication would
you're
be?
overcomplicating, boss. I'm just saying. If I saw like if it was, you'd know in a war.
Would you go? Okay, so like what the Anzac
like
what
no,
the
like
people did in
England.
Papua New Guinea?
No, like
And like
England.
would you go to Kokoda track, boss? Because that was a very influential part of the war, where it's like if there was no
If I got conscripted, I would have gone.
if there was no troops that went to Papua New Guinea and fought at the Kokoda track and stopped the Vietnamese from taking over Papua New Guinea, we could easily be in more shit. Would you do that if it was in Papua New Guinea and you're like, you know
I
what?
probs would. That if I got conscripted, I'd be like, I'll do it.
Well, what happened if there was no conscription? It was all voluntary.
No,
At that
the fucking
point.
guys who get paid to do it can go do it.
Ah, jeez. You're like, mate, I bloody fucking paid for my bracelets.
Yeah, no. The guys who get paid.
So
would
only
like
if you
to.
were forced to.
If I was forced to, and I thought it was like useful, but like, dude, if I got forced to,
Okay,
fly out-
what happened if it is conscription and you didn't get selected, but you still felt, you know what? If we just had more troops, we could win this. Would you volunteer at that point?
then it would be if I like, do I truly believe like how much influence do I have? Like, do I truly believe that like if like we all galvanize and a bunch of young fellas go who weren't, could we make a difference? Then I would maybe.
Because what's the max age for conscription? That's what I want to know as well. I'm pretty
don't
sure it's
know.
like a max. Like
But the point I want to make clear is even if I got conscripted to go over and fight for Ukraine would not happen. I would say I would go to jail. I'm not dying from Russian fire for Ukraine. No. Australia is the only country I'll fight for.
All right, here we go. Let's see what it was back in the day.
America, unless I get season tickets to the Miami Heat front row, I'm not fighting for them.
Let me see. See, 18 to 20, we're out of the range.
Oh.
12 to 26, we're out of the range. We'll eventually be out of the range.
Oh, well, that's the good news.
Which again is really shafting for my brother and stuff. I would not want that on him. Really do not want that on my brother.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry, lad.
Sorry,
That's how it
mate.
is.
Sorry, mate. Mum and dad should have popped you out sooner. That's unlucky for you there, mate.
Yeah, I'm just getting a good roll on the sports and the NBA betting and
Yeah. I guess we'll close again. We're a sports podcast, and I know war. Some people would say is a sport. Not really. I just try to make a segue, but spent the whole weekend with David. Like I mentioned, we lip synced Mr. Brightside with our friend. Bit of a mess, and then I saw him at the beach next day at Bondi. While we were at Bondi, no, it wasn't to do what people do at the beach with sunglasses on. It was actually to have a nice tan and enjoy the sun, surprisingly. So,
yeah.
But yeah, I remember you were going through and talking to me about your degenerate behavior in the sports bet world.
Pretty much just no, I don't even want to talk about it. I don't want to put it. I don't want. I'll get banned. I don't want to talk about it.
You really think that sporting companies?
All I'll say is there is
potentially
a
the one that we
maths-
have been sponsored by in the past would hunt.
There
you
is a
down.
maths formula that I've been following, and my friends at work have been following, and we have made a sizable amount of money off it.
Success since I last seen you.
Yeah, successful, making
Reasonable
money.
success.
Yeah, it requires a lot of balls, but luckily we have some of that.
Okay, well, feel bad for the listeners, but it's like the typical.
Do your own research.
Dude,
Gamble
but
responsibly.
it's
Sorry.
the typical where it's like you listen to a podcast and they're like, oh, dude, I made this much money off crypto. I was like, oh yeah, what you invest in? They're like, oh, a bit of this, a bit of that. It's like, bro, just tell me what you invest in right now, and I'll invest into the same thing. But obviously you can't because it fluctuates the market. It ruins your.
And I can't have
margins.
too many people. Yeah, I can't have too many people getting on it.
Because certain people will catch on, and you either get banned or the odds that
Will change.
will fall out of your favor.
Is there any No, what are you gonna close up now? We're gonna close
Yep.
up now. I gotta my back's getting fucking stiff.
Yeah, we'll close up now. I need a rest. I'm very fatigued.
You're already in bed.
Yeah, I'm pretty fatigued. Look, I think because of how, I guess how somber the podcast was today.
Say somber's a good word.
Yeah, I think how somber today's podcast has been. I think we really, you guys are the audience and myself as a fellow host, we really need some guidance from David. And if you haven't listened to the podcast, if this is your first podcast you're listening, which is fair play if this is the first podcast you're listening, because it's probably not an indication of what we usually talk about. And we're 100 deep. We always get advice from David, who throws in some gems to try and get us through the week. And it might be a tough week, especially in
my
Sydney.
advice is pretty easy.
All right, go ahead.
If you do get conscripted to go to war, my advice to you, in the words of Magic Johnson, is I won't be there.
Jesus, boss. Oh, Jesus.
I won't. 18 to 20, I won't be there.
18 to 20
20-year-olds, enjoy. Enjoy.
Have fun
if
with
you
that
see
one.
Hash Buller,
Say hi for me.
Are you shooting at Hash Buller?
Oh, I don't want to even think about that, boss.
So
yeah,
we won't have to. That's the problem with the younger people.
We won't have to. We usually close there, but I guess before, like I mentioned, it is a 100th episode. We don't, me and Dad, we're not really big celebrators of milestones and stuff, but I guess 100 episodes is, I guess, fairly impressive for the podcast. That's, a lot of content. We started this over 5 years ago, probably. Over 5 years. Oh no, just under 5 years ago. I think it was the end of 2017 we started.
Shit! Here comes the fucking deluge of rain.
Yeah, you can hear the rain now. But yeah, if you're there from the beginning of the journey, which I wouldn't be surprised is none of you guys, thanks. But obviously, everyone does listen to the past and sort of grew the podcast to where it is now, where we can, do some cool stuff and get some interesting things going. Thank you for supporting us and helping us out on this journey. Hopefully in the future we've got some big stuff coming up, not only for ourselves but for you guys as well. So just stay tuned. We'll keep things interesting. Hopefully a bit less war crime chat. Hopefully, but look, the way things are progressing, it might only be more prevalent. So yeah,
it's kind of fucked. It would just be fun. Just on a last note, this will be the first war that everyone jokes about before it happens. They weren't making memes before World War II. They're making World War III memes, and then it's going to happen.
I could see it being like COVID, where it gets really memey, at the beginning,
and then
what
it actually happens.
And then it happened, and everything gets locked down.
Don't say that.
Wow, we're actually being shocked at here.
Yeah. Well,
as long as I get to go to Europe in mid-year, I'll be very happy.
Oh, you'll be going to Europe mid-year, all right.
Imagine that. I just end up like, Jordan, when are you coming back? Actually, never. I'm in Ukraine right now, fighting the war.
Let's go smoke these Russians out of this part because I got a Kentucky starting in 6 days. I need to be in fucking. I need to be in Paris.
Oh, that's actually be pretty smart. It's like you frame it like a Kentucky tour to Europe, and it's like detour to Ukraine. All right, sorry guys, you're in Ukraine now.
That would not be good, but equally a good way to trick people into going.
Exactly. Well, anyway, peace.
Dude, my back's fucked.